Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. This evening, Calusi Chevrolet and Dick's Sporting Goods present the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series 5 Division Racing. At this time, we ask that each and every one of you please rise from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps. Those of you that are moving around the Speedway grounds, please pause with us for just a moment as we deliver an invocation and the singing of our national anthem. Joining us here this evening are Pam and Olivia Neal to deliver tonight's opening prayer, and our national anthem will be performed by Ashley Stantz. At this time, we turn the microphone over to Pam and Olivia Neal.
Dear God,
we thank you for this beautiful day.
we thank you for this beautiful day.
We ask to keep us safe.
We ask to keep us safe.
We ask for peace in America.
We ask for peace in America.
In Jesus' name, amen.
In Jesus' name, amen.
And now please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Ashley?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much to Ashley and Pam and Olivia. And now, race fans, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? Green flag is out. 6-lap preliminary heat race for the Yellow Book Chargers. The 11 car, driven tonight by Victor Keller, normally the machine driven by his cousin Denny. Al Minjock in the 41, out to an early lead. Garchak Jr. and Keller side by side fighting for third. 95 is Jimmy Stokes. Stokes, the leading winner in the division, the 34 of Minjock, second in feature victories. Between them, it's the 4 of Mike Lemley, the points leader, driving the Lightning McQueen lookalike. Lemley, a two-time winner this season, as Al Minjock may have found similar speed to his younger brother, pulling away from the field, working lap number 2 of 6. Aaron Minjock, the driver of car 34, currently in about the 5th position, spent the early part of the season as not much of a contender. He's about to go 3 wide now, but in the second half of 2007, he has been the man to beat. Now his big brother Al in car 41 may have improved just as much. Now he's got Jimmy Stokes to the inside, halfway through this first preliminary for the Yellow Book Chargers. 3 laps down, 3 to go. Lead change happening on the back straightaway. Jimmy Stokes of West Newton taking the point position away from Al Minjock. Mike Lemley in third, side by side, Keller and Aaron Minjock fighting for fourth. By just a bumper, points leader Mike Lemley moves into second. He gets contact from Al Minjock, and the Minjock brothers will be door to door down the back straight battling for third. Here comes the 11 of Victor Keller. Al Minjock closes the door on him. White flag waving. Final trip around the Motordrome Speedway for heat race number 1 of the Yellow Book Chargers. Jimmy Stokes in car 95 of the MAG Racing team out in front. Look at Aaron Minjock closing on Mike Lemley. Minjock, 3 wins in 4 weeks. Lemley, the points leader, battling for second. Jimmy Stokes will win another heat race. And Lemley, by a fender, holds off Aaron Minjock with his brother Al in 4th and Victor Keller in 5th. American Flyer Division. And the 68 is Ed Neidhart from Renfrew. Green flag waves, 6 more laps for the Yellow Book Chargers. Matt Gardner in car 7, along with the 1 of leader Tracy Keller, are championship contenders in this division. The Chargers points race may be the closest in all 5 divisions here, and heat race points are on the line with Tracy Keller pulling out to a big lead. Side by side, the 5 of Bill Oldham, the veteran, and the rookie in 48, Ed McConnell. The 5 of Oldham and the 7 of Gardner, both graduates of the American Flyers division, and Oldham having an excellent run, hanging on to the 2nd position. Then McConnell and Gardner. Gardner looking to the inside now in the Nowak Painting 7 car. Change of 3rd position that time. Gardner moves up, McConnell falling back. Bill Oldham in the 5 continues in the 2nd position, and way out in front, Tracy Keller in the 1. This car, normally driven by Victor Keller, who we just saw in the last heat race, borrowed his cousin Denny's machine, and now Tracy behind the wheel of the former Victor Keller ride. Crossed flag signal halfway. 3 down, 3 to go. Well, we mentioned the history of Charger race cars. The 5 of Bill Oldham, a former Mike Lemley ride. Then the 7 of Gardner, the 48 of McConnell, the rookie, in 4th. Roger Bryan in car 12, and the 68 of Ed Neidhart completing the field. 2 laps to go, and the battle for 2nd heats up. Gardner looking to the outside of the 5 of Bill Oldham. Gardner, who won several features in the American Flyer division, got a career first win in the Chargers this season and propelled him to the points lead for much of the early part of the season as the white flag is waving. Final time around the Speedway, the defending track champion in the Yellow Book Chargers, Tracy Keller, borrowing the car of his brother, who borrowed the car of his cousin, swapping rides in the Keller family tonight. He's driven this car to feature wins before, taking another heat race checkered flag. It's Tracy Keller in the 1 over Matt Gardner, Bill Oldham, Ed McConnell, and Roger Bryan completing the top 5. John Greenewalt in the 12, Andrew Kostelnik in 57, Bill Ashton in 35, Sean Phillips in 31. Green flag is out. Side by side for the lead, Greenewalt, the veteran, in car 12, and Andrew Kostelnik outside in the 57 car. Andrew Kostelnik and Bill Ashton in the 35 have won heat races so far this season, and they are fighting for the lead with the 12 of Greenewalt. Sean Phillips right on the rear bumper of Ashton that time, with Jonathan Heilman making rear contact of Phillips. Tight door-to-door racing. Top 4 drivers, including Phillips, have all been heat race winners this season, as Greenewalt losing the lead to Ashton as we begin to work lap number 2 of 8. Bill Ashton in that vintage Chevelle-bodied 35 made some repairs to the front of the car with a newer Monte Carlo nose piece on that machine. Ashton won a heat race this season and nearly got a feature win leading into the late stages of the event. Andrew Kostelnik now slides into the 2nd spot with his AK chassis. The 57 car went to victory lane in a feature event in the early part of 2007. Greenewalt, the pole sitter, back to 3rd, then Sean Phillips in 31, and heavy hitters side by side battling for 5th. 2-time feature winner Joe Nicola. He's got several heat race wins as well, and the recently improved Jonathan Heilman in the 15 car. Heilman sat out several events in 2007, but since his return, he's had 2 straight top 3 finishes in car 15. He makes rear bumper contact with the 31 of Phillips. Phillips of Jefferson, PA, with 1 feature win. Struggled with some brake system problems just in recent weeks with the 31 car. 5 laps of 8 are completed. Heated battle for 4th position. Nearly 3 wide on the back straight. Heilman pulling to the inside of Phillips. Young Jonathan Heilman in car 15. And longtime veteran Sean Phillips, they're door-to-door for 4th position behind John Greenewald. Heilman, using the inside lane, propels himself up to 4th, and the lead battle becomes intense. In turn number 3, Bill Ashton in car 35. And Andrew Kostelnik dirt tracks the car in turn number 4 at the wave of the white flag signaling final lap. Subway street stock door-to-door action at its best. Heilman takes over the 2nd spot from Greenewald, but all eyes on the lead down the back straight. 57 of Kostelnik, the younger brother of the points leader, to the outside of veteran Bill Ashton in car 35. Last chance to fight for the win at the checkered flag. Andrew Kostelnik wins it on the last lap in a near photo finish. Joe Hope from Uniontown. 94, Dustin Blank from Valencia, and the 18 is Jeff Zellweger. Green flag is out. Another 8-lap preliminary heat race for the Subway street stock. Bill Henry in the 64 got his first career feature victory in the biggest event of the season. And another former winner of the Subway 25 is Tavermina, who's knocking on the door to the lead. Tavermina in car 25. Yeah, I know it looks like 21, but he's scored as number 25 by virtue of the duct tape number 5 that rides over the number 1 graphic. He's knocking on Henry's back bumper for the lead, with points leader Kostelnik in 3rd. And now a challenge on the front straight. Tavermina looking to the inside. Bill Henry continues to lead. Here comes Adam Kostelnik moving to the high side of the speedway, the championship points leader in the Folkmeyer Racing 05 car, challenging longtime good friend Dave Tavermina. Both those drivers using AK chassis machines, and both those drivers able to reach out and touch the back bumper of Bill Henry's 64. Tire smoke, a result of light contact on the front straight. Tavermina now keeping the door open to the inside lane on Bill Henry's 64. Kostelnik watching 2 drivers fight for the lead. Henry a little loose in turn 4. Tavermina takes over the top spot. 4 laps down, 4 to go. Tavermina the leader, Kostelnik now in 2nd. Bill Henry back to 3rd, Tony Manganello in 4th with only 3 laps to go. Tavermina with 1 feature victory this season. He's been a big winner in years past. He skipped several nights of competition this year, and the builder of his machine is riding in 2nd position with 2 laps to go. Leader Tavermina is not a championship threat because he missed some weeks of competition. And Kostelnik in the 05 looking to earn more points toward his title as the white flag waves final trip around the speedway. Kostelnik looking to the inside. In spite of a great friendship among the leaders, they tangled in a feature event about 6 weeks ago, which sent Kostelnik hard into the outside wall. Now Kostelnik pulls up right to the rear bumper of the Hammer, Dave Tavermina, and out of turn number 4, the checkered flag in the air. Tavermina will win it over Kostelnik. Henry, Tony Manganello in 4th, and Dustin Blank in 5th. The 44 car, driven by Gregory Kelly from Connellsville. 95 is Gary Wiltrout from Somerset. The 11 is Bobby Henry, the points leader from Connellsville, and 51 is Clarksburg, West Virginia's John Messenger. Green flag is out, 10 laps the distance. Paul Urso, the early leader. Bo Glemba in the 18 car, renumbered 78 for his maiden voyage in competition. Dropping back just a little. Challenge for the lead. Paul Urso in the Sullivan Chevrolet number 37. just about wheel to wheel with the Colonial Metal Products P.I. number 9 of Will Thomas. Door to door out of turn 4, and by a fender, Thomas officially taking the lead at the scoring line on lap number 2. Will Thomas in car 9 has one feature win at Motordrome this season, and a battle for third heats up. Gary Wiltrout, the 3-time feature winner in car 95, taking a position away from Gregory Kelly in the 44. Action behind those two drivers. It's the champion and the first-time starter, the 11 of Bobby Henry, on his way to a championship, I should say, as the points leader. And the 18 car of Bo Glemba in his first start, fighting for top 5 positions, working lap number 4 of 10. Leader Will Thomas has been victorious on 6 different speedways in 3 different states. He's the defending Mara Series champion, and he will see the indication of halfway through this first Napa NASCAR Super Late Model Heat Race. 5 laps down, 5 to go. In second, driving car 37, the former late model rookie of the year, Paul Urso. And in third, the 2002 Motordrome track champion, Gary Wiltrout of Somerset. Battle for fourth, the mentor and the prodigy, the 44 of Gregory Kelly, who learned everything about racing late models from Bobby Henry, driver of car number 11. Chevrolet versus Ford in that battle as well. And on lap 7, a challenge for second position develops even quicker. Henry's teammate Gary Wiltrout in the Palagrudo Motorsports stable, moving the lint flooring, Stone & Company Megan Ford to the inside of Paul Urso for the runner-up position, and takes that spot away with just 2 laps to go. Bobby Henry just as well, completing the pass of Gregory Kelly for the 4th spot. Will Thomas in car number 9 sees the white flag. Tomorrow night, Will Thomas will attempt to maintain his Mara Series points lead by racing a 100-lap event in Holland, New York, where he has been victorious before. But tonight in NASCAR-sanctioned competition, Will Thomas takes another heat race checkered flag over Gary Wiltrout, Paul Urso, Bobby Henry, and Gregory Kelly. Driven by Neil Brown from Acme, Pennsylvania, 3-time feature winner this season. 00 driven by Larry Bahana from Monongahela, and not ready for a start yet. No start. Lineup was not complete. No start that time. 10 laps for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models Heat number 2. Komarinsky and Pilla lead them to the green. We're underway. Nearly 3 wide with the teammates. John Komarinsky about to be the meat of a sandwich between 3-time winner Neil Brown, as Sean Pilla taking the top position and gets loose. Contact, everybody saves it, green flag stays out. Incredible action when the NASCAR Napa Super Late Models teammates are now up front. Last week's feature winner Neil Brown in car 98. Ahead of Sean Pilla in car 5, a 6-time heat race winner. Komarinsky shuffled back to third. Did a masterful job to hold on to that machine, and there is definite body damage to Komarinsky's ride. The right front fender and hood have collapsed on the front tire of John Komarinsky in the 33. Mark Catone, the 2-time champion, closes in the battle for third behind the teammates. Sharing the sponsorship this season of Nagy, Sunoco Gas and Oil Products, and JG Foods and Brooks Automotive Group. Neil Brown, first-year driver with this team, many times a Motordrome winner in years past, and we're 3 wide on the front straight. Larry Bahana trying to challenge Mark Catone as Mark Catone challenges John Komarinsky. Catone in car number 31 from McKeesport, the former Motordrome champion, former Jennerstown champion, looking to the inside of Komarinsky, the former Pro Stock champion here at the Speedway. And Komarinsky definitely has something amiss on the 33 car. Catone gets by. Larry Bahana in the 00 gets by. Bahana is up to 4th. Last week, Larry Bahana, the veteran from Monongahela, started 14th and finished 6th. And Bahana's smooth performances continue here on lap 6 of 10. He is challenging two-time champion Catone to the inside. Bahana last weekend had a pair of top 10 finishes both here at Motordrome and on Saturday night, and he takes away third spot from Mark Catone, the double zero car, the man on the move. Last week's feature, he climbed from 14th to 6th. Tonight, climbing into the top 3 in this second heat race for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models. Neil Brown continues to lead. 2 laps to go. Sean Pilla, his teammate, rides second. Although Neil Brown is tied at the top of the list for feature wins with 3, Sean Pilla in second spot has far more heat race wins than does Brown, as Pilla having a career season himself. White flag in the air. Final trip around the speedway. Out of turn number 4. Checkered flag waving, Acme's Neil Brown takes another heat race win over his teammate Sean Pilla, Larry Bahana, Mark Catone, and John Komarinsky. 11 in PA. 15 is Todd Price from Alum Bank. 69 is Dave Merrow from Wall. Greensburg, Steve Black in the 1. Tommy Beck from Murraysville in the 60, a 3-time winner, and the 20 tonight. Doug Bakioki making his first start aboard car number 20 and first start of the season. Up front, Kyle Martel, the many-time Jennerstown Speedway feature winner, feeling the pressure of Todd Price in the 15 car. Martel, a regular on the Mara Championship Series Tour, and Todd Price, in his first year of driving the hanging on by a bumper to the lead officially at the scoring line. It's Martel as Price drifts up the bank and gets into the door. The 15 of Price, this his first season driving the Mans Motorsports family-owned operation, and he has taken the lead, but it may be short-lived as Tommy Beck has stormed up from the rear of the pack to challenge for the lead on lap 3 of 10. The Stans Transmissions Benz Motorsports number 60, taking a position away from the Frankie Day Oldies Show Shop and Save 15 of Todd Price. Kyle Martel in the 59, the East State Invader. Now back to third after starting on the pole. He's in third only because Price had the fender ahead of him at the line and maintains that advantage of just a fender for an entire half mile. Martel on the preferred line on the inside, Price battling back to the top side. Nearly a dead heat for second as Tommy Beck begins to check out on lap 6 of 10. Now Martel makes the inside lane pay off, grabbing the second position back from Martel. Yeah, Martel from Price, I should say. Steve Black is 4th, and Dave Merrow is 5th, with this heated runner-up position battle going on behind leader Tommy Beck. Beck out in front, this year's winner of the Napa Auto Parts 100, sanctioned by the MAARA Championship Series. Martel from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, has one heat race win this season in only 3 starts. He rides second with Todd Price third. Price, a long-time limited late model competitor at the Jennerstown Speedway, a newcomer to super late models here at Motordrome, driving for the 51 Motorsports team, owned by the Mans family, with Steve Black in the 1 closing in quickly. 2 laps to go, and the Penn West Toyota Lift Massey Toyota Camry number 1 of Black, the former truck division winner, closing in on Todd Price in the 15. Dave Merrow 5th, having an outstanding season as a relative newcomer to super late model action. And on the final trip around the speedway for the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models in preliminary action, 3-time feature winner Tommy Beck in car number 60, picking up another heat race checkered flag over Kyle Martel in the 59, Todd Price in the 15, Steve Black, and Dave Merrow. Then the 60 of defending champion and points leader Adam Kostelnik. 68 is driven by John Prabanich, who finished second in the feature a week ago. Green flag is out. 10 laps for the Lincoln Welders open wheel modifieds. Bernie McQuillan out in front of Tom Frank in the 6. The young Ohio driver to the inside of Harry Ofer from Bell Vernon in the 0-1 car. Wheel-to-wheel action out of turn 4. Leader McQuillan gets squirrely. On the front straight, McQuillan's car with a handling problem. He's all over the speedway. And Tom Frank not only does a great job of avoidance, but takes away the lead. Harry Ofer slides the car out of turn 2 and falls back into the 4th position. Chris Brink in the 3 on the high side to capitalize on Harry Ofer's miscue. Tom Frank, the leader, the young Ohio driver who comes to us each week from the Cleveland suburbs, a many-time go-kart champion. Bernie McQuillan in 2nd and 3 cars fighting for 3rd. Harry Ofer has wrestled the 3rd spot back away from the 3 of the Glenn Campbell gambler Chris Brink. And here comes points leader Adam Kostelnik in the 6th. 4th on the speedway, Adam Kostelnik leads the championship chase in 2 different divisions, hoping to become the first driver to lock up 2 separate track titles in the same season. He is now 4th and looking to move to 3rd around Harry Ofer. Four of 8 laps completed. Battle for 3rd, wheel-to-wheel on the back straight. Kostelnik in the Viglione Racing entry and Harry Ofer in the 0-1. Light contact made there. Kostelnik with a great save, taking over the 3rd spot. Tom Frank opening up a big lead over an intense battle for 2nd now with Bernie McQuillan in the 45 and Adam Kostelnik in the 60 going wheel-to-wheel in turn 3, now turn 4. White flag waving. Frank the leader, Kostelnik now in 2nd over McQuillan. It appeared in the early stages that McQuillan had a serious handling problem, but he maintains the 3rd spot over 2-time feature winner Harry Ofer. Ofer begins to challenge now on the final time through turns 3 and 4. And Tom Frank in the stands transmissions number 6 picks up another heat race victory over Kostelnik, McQuillan, Ofer, and the 3 of Chris Brink. And last week's winner driving car 97, it's George Nicola. Driver of car number 4 is George Thomas from Pittsburgh as the green flag waves. The red and white 0-4 car, the pole starter, actually being scored tonight as 40 as he has borrowed his brother's modified, and when he passes by the grandstand area, you'll see the first 0 is crossed out with a duct tape 0 added to make the points go to the 40 of Brian Ship. Ship, the early race leader, division of the Charger cars is where he started his racing career, and leading Ben Easler in the 7. Easler has had a tough luck season after getting his first career feature victory in 2006. He rides 2nd, and then a trio of Nicolas. Rich Nicola 34, George Nicola 97, last week's winner, 2nd in the points chase, and 2-time former champion Jim Nicola in the 5. A family challenge for the 2nd spot now. All 3 of the Nicolai gathered together in turn 4, working lap number 3 of 8 now. Brian Ship, the leader. George Nicola has now passed his Uncle Jim. He's passed his Uncle Rich. And George Nicola is 3rd, looking to advance and gain points on championship chase leader Adam Kostelnik. 4 laps down, 4 to go. Brian Ship, driving the 0-4 or the 40, has never won a heat race in modified competition, looking to do that for the first time tonight if he can hold off the 7 of Ben Easler and the 97 of fast advancing George Nicola. Five of 8 laps completed. Ship still in the lead. Bumper contact between the drivers in 2nd and 3rd. Ben Easler in the 7, George Nicola the 97. Signal will be given to the field, this time a final lap around for the 40 of Brian Ship in the Bob Ship machine. George Nicola now looks to the outside of Easler here on the final lap. The battle for second very close to the outside wall. After his brother earned a first feature victory in this car in 2007, a first career checkered flag for Brian Ship over Ben Easler, George Nicola, Jim Nicola, and Rich Nicola. Seven is rookie Dan Kovalan. 16 is driven by Ed Deneen, the all-time leading winner. 6 is recent first-time winner Paul Rosa. Kevin Ludwig spins in front of the field, collects Andy Giles, the points leader in the 0-5. Green flag stays out. Up front, it's Dan Jordan with Kovalan now spinning to the grass in the infield. Ed Deneen up to second, Paul Rosa third. The 9 is teenager Cody Quarrick. 61, another teenager, Ron Eifert the third. The 14 is Terry Schwartz, 86, last week's winner, Ed Washabaugh. The 05 is Andy Giles, the points leader involved in that scrape. 51 is Ludwig, falling back with damage, and the 44 is Mary Catherine Shimko. Lead change up front, the 16 of former champion Ed Deneen, taking the point position from defending champion Dan Jordan. Two of 5 laps are now completed. Ed Deneen in the 16 car out in front. Dan Jordan in second. Paul Rosa third and closing. Rosa won a career first victory 3 weeks ago, then took last week off and now bounces off the outside retaining wall. Here comes Cody Quarrick in the 9, another rookie driver, and Dan Kovalan has smacked the outside wall. Apparently we've loaded some magnetic field into the turn 4 wall, as on the same lap, Paul Rosa, the recent first-time winner, smacked the concrete, continued on, and the 87 of Dan Kovalan in his 4th start. Green flag back out. 5 laps the distance for the entry-level American Flyers Division heat race. This is a fun and affordable way to move from the grandstands to the Speedway, and I invite you to visit our website, download a copy of the rules, and build your own American Flyers 4-cylinder car. Just stop by Motordrome.com and learn all the details as Ed Deneen sees the white flag final lap. A nice save made by Paul Rosa, but he loses the second spot on the final lap to Dan Jordan. Out of turn 4, the all-time leading winner. Another checkered flag for Ed Deneen of Wilkinsburg in car 16. Dan Jordan coming home in second, Cody Quarrick third, Paul Miller fourth, and Ed Washabaugh all the way back up to 5th. Matt Gardner on the outside. Tracy Keller and Al Minjock in row 2. Green flag is out. Multi-car contact at the back of the field. Garchak, Keller, and Neidhart. Everybody still pointed the right direction. Gardner leading lap number 1 in car 7. A 3-car breakaway from the rest of the field on lap number 1. Here comes Jimmy Sideways Stokes in car 95. All 4 of the drivers at the front of this pack are championship contenders. Side by side, Stokes in the 95. Gardner in the 7. New leader on lap 2 is Jimmy Stokes. Tracy Keller in that big Pontiac #1. His first start of the season in that particular car, and he's looking to separate the MAG teammates by challenging Gardner for second position. Wheel to wheel in turn number 4. Keller and Gardner as Stokes opens up a 4-car length advantage, working lap number 3 of 15. Both cars in the second place battle drift up the banking and open the door for Mike Lemley in the 4. Fourth place driver now challenging for third, coming into tonight as the points leader by a narrow margin. And looking to the inside, he takes away third from Tracy Keller. Keller with 1 feature victory this season, Lemley with a pair. Gardner in second spot in car 7 with his first career win this season, and Jimmy Stokes out in front has won more than anybody else in the Yellow Book Chargers during 2007. Tracy Keller is off the pace. After riding in the 4th position, the defending champion may be seeing his points championship hopes dwindling as he limps into the pit area. Shuffling the top 5, Stokes remains the leader, Gardner still in second. Mike Lemley third, and Aaron Minjock from last place to 4th in just 6 laps in car 34. Working lap number 7 of 15, Jimmy sideways, Stokes is the leader. Matt Gardner is second, Mike Lemley third, Aaron Minjock 4th, and his big brother is losing the 5th position as we speak, the 48 car. An excellent run for the rookie. McConnell storming up into the top 5. Ed McConnell, a teammate to the 68 of Ed Neidhart, and the rookie has climbed into the top 5. He didn't start there, but he moves around Minjock to take that position away. As Al Minjock falls back in the field, younger brother Aaron Minjock has his Buick Regal in the 4th position and gaining just a little on the 4 of Mike Lemley. As Al Minjock retires from competition, the field is strung out, working lap number 9 of 15. Only 5 laps to go. And after starting last, Aaron Minjock is clearly closing on points leader Mike Lemley in the battle for 3rd position. Minjock has passed every car on the speedway except 3. Minjock from Greenock, Pennsylvania, graduated from the American Flyers division, and next year will be moving up to the Subway Street Stocks. Now closing in on Mike Lemley with some 15 or more victories in his long career of the Yellow Book Chargers. Second, Matt Gardner in the Nowak Painting number 7 car. Out in front, it's still sideways Stokes, the West Newton, Pennsylvania driver in the Lint Flooring number 95 car. Two laps to go. Challenge is intense for 3rd in turn number 3 as Minjock moves to the high side of Lemley's 4. White flag is waving last lap to challenge, and sideways Stokes will have no challengers to another victory, extending his advantage in the win column and gaining valuable points on Lemley, who could be losing the 3rd spot as we speak on the back straight. Aaron Minjock with a last lap challenge, but out of turn number 4. The MAG Racing team and Jimmy Stokes in victory lane again over Matt Gardner. Nearly a dead heat for the 3rd position. 34 of Minjok gets it over Lemley, and the rookie Ed McConnell with a great top 5 run. Well, Jimmy, I know you had to relish the opportunity to start alongside your teammate and good buddy Matt Gardner. My question is, did you let him lead lap number 1?
No, he just plumb out beat me on the straightaway. My car, the old Lightning McQueen's starting to get a little bit tired. This is the 4th year on the motor and just ain't quite got the motor, so we got to depend on handling most of the time. But this car, I love it, and I'm glad Matt's the proud owner of it because it went to somebody with good person.
Now, this MAG Racing team formed over the wintertime. Did you guys get to be friends just from parking near each other in the pits?
Yeah, more or less. You know, he came to me asking me questions, and I'm an idiot. I don't know nothing. I depend on Adam Kostelnik for everything, and I ain't going to lie to you. I just drive the car. They set it up for me. I drive it, and you could even win, Mike, driving this thing.
I don't believe that for a minute. Now, I would mention to the fans, you told us earlier this year the oldest driver in the Charger division is yourself, and you're pretty proud of that.
Well, I wish I was younger, but I ain't, so I got to do the best I can with what I got. So,
well, helping along youngsters like Matt Gardner, tell us about the sponsors you guys share on this team.
Well, I can't really speak for Matt, but I got Complete Car Care Company, Harmony Auto Parts, Larry Lint, Fort Robinson Outlets, PA Appraisal Services, Stan's Transmissions, and Westside Tire and Lube, and MAG Racing.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, extending his division-leading total of feature wins, Jimmy Stokes in car 95. Okay, sorry, we had that wrong the first time. It is TDK, first 3 digits on that red Cavalier. Your lights are on. Subway Street Stocks charging into turn number 1 for their 20-lap feature. Jason Holder in the 74 is the Subway Challenge driver. Continuing with the lineup, Sean Phillips in 31, John Greenewald in 12, Adam Kostelnik in 05, and there's contact at the front between Tavermina and Andrew Kostelnik. Bill Henry in car 64. Up front and feeling the pressure of the 35 of Bill Ashton. 2 veteran drivers leading this field. Tavermina in 3rd, Andrew Kostelnik, the youngest driver in the top 5. And working lap number 2 of 20, the 94 of Dustin Blank challenges Sean Phillips to the outside. Now getting sideways is Blank. Bill Henry still all by himself out in front now as Ashton has dropped back to 3rd behind Tavermina. He's about to be door-to-door with Andrew Kostelnik for the 3rd position. Action all over the speedway as Dustin Blank again dirt tracks the car up high. They're going by him 2 wide in turn number 2. 3 wide on the back straight. Holder, Manganello, and Blank. Sean Phillips losing positions in 31. Jonathan Heilman moves around him. Light contact at the scoring line, working lap number 4. The hammer, Dave Tavermina, has closed up on leader Bill Henry. Challenge for 3rd, it's Andrew Kostelnik. Looking to take a spot away and does take away 3rd from Ashton in 35. Challenge for the lead on lap 5. Tavermina, the hammer, looking to the inside of Bill Henry's 64 car. And we got a problem in turn 4. Joe Nicola off the pace. Cars diving to the grass to avoid him. And as that near collision gets straightened up, Tavermina takes the lead and Henry spins from 2nd position in turn 2 on the back straight. Caution flag for race-long leader Bill Henry in 64. Connellsville, Greensburg, Jeanette, Harrison City, Mount Pleasant, and Murraysville as we go green. Andrew Kostelnik quick to challenge Tavermina. 57 car diving to the inside. New leader is young Andrew Kostelnik in car 57, and he brings the 35 of Ashton with him. And we got another caution flag. Big accident in turn 4. The 50 of Tony Manganello gets 2 hits. The 94 of Dustin Blank was involved, and Bill Henry, the last car to pile in out of turn number 4. Lost the lead to Andrew Kostelnik on that last attempt at a start. Let's see if the younger brother from the AK Chassis stable can mount a challenge as we get the green flag with 14 laps to go. Here comes Bill Ashton now. Andrew Kostelnik nearly took the lead, and now the 35 of Bill Ashton, whose only checkered flag this season has been a heat race, moves into second position behind Tavermina. Points leader Adam Kostelnik in the 05, taking the 4th spot away from Jonathan Heilman's 15. Brake smoke coming out of the points leader's 05 car. It's now Tavermina, Ashton, and Andrew Kostelnik over Adam Kostelnik and Jonathan Heilman, the top 5. Working lap number 8 of 20. Subway street stock action with the Subway Challenge driver of the night, Jason Holder, mired back in the middle of the pack behind Joe Nicola's 69. Tavermina, the lead car, getting a little loose out of turn number 4 that lap, dirt tracking the back end, and that does allow the 35 of Ashton to close in just a bit in turns 1 and 2. Andrew Kostelnik drifting up high on the back straight opens the door for his big brother Adam. Coming through for the 3rd spot, it's the points leader, Jonathan Heilman in the 15, now pulling up to the rear bumper of Kostelnik's 57. Crossed flag signal halfway, 10 laps down, 10 to go. Ashton had a good run on the leader out of turn 2 that time, but Tavermina jumps on that hammer and opens up another couple of car length advantage. Working lap number 11. And out of turn 4 each lap, Ashton is able to get his best run on leader Tavermina. Side by side for 4th place now. Jonathan Heilman diving to the low side of Andrew Kostelnik. Here comes Sean Phillips in 31 to join that battle for 4th and 5th spot. Eight laps to go. And just as Ashton was gaining on Tavermina, Adam Kostelnik has moved in on Ashton. Fight for second position, the 05 of Kostelnik, leading the points in 2 divisions. Bill Ashton, the veteran, on the high side. And officially at the scoring line on lap 13, the points leader takes over the runner-up position. Adam Kostelnik, now in 2nd spot, will chase down a car that he built in his own AK Chassis shops. Dave Tavermina, the veteran. We call him the Hammer from Wilmerding, Pennsylvania, out in front. Close friends leading this feature event. Dave Tavermina and Adam Kostelnik. Ashton is 3rd, Jonathan Heilman 4th, Andrew Kostelnik in 5th. Adam Kostelnik started deep in this field. Tavermina started much closer to the front. Will Kostelnik have enough tires left? As the car sliding just a little, Tavermina's been dirt tracking the car every lap out of turn 4. And now his lead is just inches over the 05 of Adam Kostelnik. Fight for the lead in turn number 3. Kostelnik pulling right near the back bumper of Tavermina's ride. This time working lap 17 of 20. This will be a fight to the finish among longtime friends. Kostelnik ducks to the inside on the back straight. Tavermina slams the door in turn 3. Turn 4, and Tavermina held the car as straight as he has in a long time, headed for the signal of 2 laps to go. Perhaps Tavermina's handling problem has diminished. No, he gets loose out of 2, and here comes Kostelnik, nearly making contact. Kostelnik dives to the inside, trying to win the feature and not take out his friend Tavermina. White flag signals final lap, and just as it looked like the 25 car might be handling better, the Folkmeyer Racing 05 of Kostelnik is right on the rear bumper on the final lap. 2 drivers will slug it out for the victory. Tavermina with 1 win this season. And Kostelnik dirt tracks the car in a last-ditch attempt at the checkered flag. Tavermina becomes a repeat winner in 2007 over Kostelnik, Ashton, Heilman, and Andrew Kostelnik. Dave, it's been a while since we had a chance to talk to you. Now, as I understood it at the beginning of the season, this was your backup car, and you met that number 5 on there in duct tape. What happened to what was supposed to be your primary ride?
That's still in the garage. I'm getting Ray acclimated to this. He'll be in this car next year, and I'll have my baby back next year. And everybody had stuck with me. We were up Jennerstown, tagged the ball pretty good, put her back together. It took a couple weeks to get the bugs out, but we did that. And I want to thank Adam for driving me real clean. I knew I was loose. He could have blew on my back bumper and sent me for a long ride, but he drove me clean, and that'll pay off big time down the road.
So you're going to have a 2-car effort coming out here next year.
Yes, sir. That's Ray here, Ray Simile, man. He's my crew chief. He'll be driving this. It'll be whatever number he picks, and I'll have my baby back out.
Well, as a former winner of the Subway 25, you've gone extra distance events in this division, and tonight the car looked looser than even a 25-lapper. Did you miss the setup a little tonight?
We were definitely loose in the feature. We were perfect in the heat race. I was able to stay in front of the 05, and then she got hanging out loose on me, but I like a loose race car. I like a free race car. That was a little too loose for my liking, but we hang in there, and like I say, Adam drove us clean, and hats off to all the competitors. We got into everybody, but that's racing. Hope we put a good show on for the fans. Hope you all come out next week, and let's wrap the season up like we're supposed to.
Quick mention to thank all of your sponsors.
We got Parco Contracting, Amore, Robert Amore Excavating. I got Armalee from Turtle Creek. Greg, he's my man. I pray to get him out here when I get a feature win. He's one of my great sponsors. I got my mother, brother, my little nephew Tony, and this is a special one for all my aunts and uncles and my little nephews out in Michigan. They're out visiting me, and I'd like to get a tape of this if I could to send it for my little cousins out there because I got something to send them.
I knew there was a reason for that Polish victory lap, and another Subway Street Stock feature win for Dave Tavermina. In the 20, Doug Bakioki for that team this season. 51, John Messenger. 83 is Joe Moose from Derry, and the green flag is out. Representatives from Dick's Sporting Goods as the honorary starter set loose the Napa NASCAR Super Late Models for 35 laps. Battle for the lead. Up front, it's the 15 of Todd Price, door to door with Paul Urso. 2 drivers seeking a career first victory. Paul Urso of Glenshaw in the Sullivan Chevrolet number 31 officially leads lap number 1 by only inches over Alum Bank, Pennsylvania's Todd Price in the Frankie Day Oldies show number 15. Drivers touching the inside apron of the Speedway as Price in the 15. The lone Ford between a pair of Chevrolets, and now Tommy Beck glides his Monte Carlo to the inside and takes up the runner-up position. Tommy Beck is a 3-time feature winner this season, including the Napa 100. Closing in quickly on Paul Urso and taking the lead in turn number 3. Completing the pass of Urso, the Benz Motorsports 60 of Tommy Beck out in front on lap 4 of 35. Battle for third, it's now Kyle Martel in the 59. Martel making his 3rd Motordrome start of this season. Hails from Lebanon, Pennsylvania, many times a Jennerstown winner, looking for his first late model victory of his career at Motordrome. Martel to the inside of Todd Price, who graduated from the limited late model ranks at Jennerstown. They are door to door on the back straight. and Sharpsville, Pennsylvania's Will Thomas. After a strong heat race win this evening, challenging Price to the inside now for fourth. Martel has got the third spot, Thomas into fourth. Price, after a top 5 finish a week ago, back to the 5th spot now from a front row starting position. Will Thomas in car 9, challenging Martel to the inside in a very heated 3-car battle just a few spots back. The 5 of Sean Pilla, the 00 of Larry Bahana, and the points leader Bobby Henry in the 11. They are duking it out for positions 8, 9, and 10. And it is a heated fight in the middle of the racetrack. Joe Moose in the 83 is off the pace, diving into the pits just in front of that battle for third. Working lap number 8, action all over the speedway. As a result of Moose pulling pit side, he threw a pick for the 59 car of Martel and held back Thomas by a couple of car lengths. Now Bobby Henry and Gary Wiltrout have both passed the 00 of Larry Bahana and the Paul Agrudo teammates of Henry and Wiltrout. Looking to advance now with Sean Pilla several car lengths in front of them. Tommy Beck opening up a big lead. Paul Urso, a couple of recent top 5 finishes for him. He hangs on to second, and door to door again is the fight for third on lap 10. Will Thomas, the Colonial Metal Products, PI&I number 9, the defending Mara Championship Tour titleist, looking to the inside of Martel, and they may both be closing on Urso's 37 car. Tommy Beck has slowed. The leader is off the pace and 3 cars race by Beck. Another mechanical failure while leading. That makes perhaps the 4th time this season that Beck has stormed to the point position, only to have that car shut off while leading. Unbelievably, another heartbreak for Benz Motorsports. No less than 4 times during this racing season, car number 60 has taken the lead and then lost power on the speedway. The 3-time winner sits at a standstill in turn 3. And now the pass that was for 3rd position by Will Thomas around Kyle Martel turns out to be the pivotal moment, as Paul Urso in car 37 will still be officially scored the leader to tone the top 5. Green is out, 24 laps remaining. Will Thomas dives to the inside in turn 3, looking for the lead. Current Mara Series points leader takes over the top spot on lap 12. Paul Urso back to the 2nd position. Kyle Martel, 59, is 3rd. Gary Wiltrout moving from deep in this field to the inside of Sean Pilla, taking away the 6th position from the 5 car. Working lap 13, and Gary Wiltrout storming into the top 5, diving beneath the 31 of Mark Catone. The Stone & Company Lint Flooring Megan Ford of Gary Wiltrout, 2002 champion of Motordrome Speedway. He is rocketed into the top 5 after starting deep in the field on lap 14. Here comes a challenge for the runner-up position. Kyle Martel dives to the inside of Paul Urso. Martel very happy with the outside lane typically, and then squeaks to the bottom, challenging Urso. Now with Urso on the high side, Todd Price is battling him in the 15 car. Here comes Wiltrout, making the drive of the night to this point in the feature. The hard-charging Wiltrout, part of a 3-car fight for 3rd position. Urso by inches will hang on to it at the scoring line on lap 16. And using the outside lane, Urso battles back and completes his defensive 3rd position from Todd Price. Now Wiltrout switches to the outside lane. Leader Will Thomas running away with this event. Best battle is for 4th. 15 of Todd Price. The Office Plus Shop and Save machine on the high side with Gary Wiltrout on the inside. Wiltrout up to 4th now. In fifth, it's Todd Price, and Will Trout's teammate, the current points leader, Bobby Henry, in the 11, still suffering a bit from a back injury outside the race car. In the 6th position, Mark Catone in the 31 car, losing positions on lap 18 as Sean Pilla makes a move around, and Larry Bahana in the 00, looking to make an inside pass of Catone, and he will do so, continuing a string of top 5 runs if Bahana can maintain this position throughout the feature event tonight. Bobby Henry challenging Todd Price. Points leader wants to be on the scoreboard, and the 11 car, Palagrudo Motorsports Ford, taking the spot away from the Mans family-owned Ford number 15. Working lap number 20 now, 15 to go. Gary Wiltrout has stormed around the 37 of Paul Urso up to 3rd. Will Thomas out in front. Nearly a half straightaway advantage between himself and Kyle Martel. These two drivers from opposite ends of the Keystone State. Will Thomas from Sharpsville near the Ohio border outside the Sharon area, and Kyle Martel all the way from Lebanon, Pennsylvania in the east. 2 cars up front. Gary Wiltrout, the 3-time winner this season in car 95, is 3rd as we work lap 22. And Paul Urso looking for another top 5 finish in recent weeks, hanging on to 4th over Bobby Henry in the 11. Working lap number 24, equidistant apart the cars of the top 5. Battle for 6th spot. The 15 of Todd Price on the back straight, trying to fend off the 5 of Sean Pilla. Pilla from Connellsville, Pennsylvania. The Nagy Sunoco Gas and Oil, JG Foods, Brooks Automotive Group number 5. Pulling up to the back bumper of Todd Price from Alum Bank. 10 laps to go. Thomas in the 9, Kyle Martel in the 59 are up front. Best battle is for 6th. Pilla has the inside lane going into turn number 1, door to door with the 15 of Price. After 2 seasons with Brandon Mans behind the wheel of the 15 car, 51 Motorsports choosing limited late model graduate from Jennerstown Todd Price, and Price will lose the 5th position to Sean Pilla. Will Thomas maintains his lead over Kyle Martel, but Gary Wiltrout is closing quickly on the runner-up. 28 laps have been completed, and Gary Wiltrout started near the tail of the field. He's closing in quickly on Kyle Martel. Martel in his 3rd Motordrome start of this season in car 59, now with only about 3 or 4 car lengths advantage over Wiltrout. Wiltrout, whose long pavement racing career began in the street stock division some 10-15 years ago, as he has blossomed into a Jennerstown and Motordrome Speedway champion through the years. Wiltrout pursuing young Kyle Martel. Martel, who has never won at Motordrome, but has been a top contender at Jennerstown for 3 seasons since graduating from the legacy cars, will be slugging it out for the 2nd position. Leader Will Thomas, now with 4 laps to go, reaches the scoring line. Thomas's family fielded the sprint cars driven by Ohio legend Lou Blaney for many, many years. And now Thomas, as a road warrior traveling with the ASA National Series and the regional Mara Series, where he was points champion last season, is only 3 laps away from his 2nd career Motordrome victory. Fight for 2nd heats up. Martel in the outside lane where he is most comfortable at Motordrome. Wiltrout on the inside. Fight for 2nd position enters turn number 3. Ford versus Chevrolet. Wiltrout dirt tracks the car out of 4 and makes a terrific save, but loses 1 or 2 car lengths in the fight for 2nd. Only 2 laps remaining. Will Thomas cruising to what we got a caution flag. Caution flag comes out with 2 to go for Neil Brown's 98. To go, Kyle Martel, a last time to strike. Gary Wiltrout trying to wrestle away second position. Paul Urso in fourth, holding off the points leader. Bobby Henry dives to the inside of Urso. Door to door in the battle for the fourth position, and here comes Wiltrout. Right where he left off before the caution flag, the 95 car challenging for second with Kyle Martel. White flag waving for Will Thomas. Thomas, a 6-speedway winner, looking for a second career checkered flag here at Motordrome. And Bobby Henry, the points leader, spins from the top 5 on the back straight. Steve Black spins to avoid, and the caution flag will bunch up the field one more time. Toyota Camry pace car pulls pit side. Will Thomas leading Gary Wiltrout, Kyle Martel, Paul Urso, and Sean Pilla. White flag will wave this time around, and a brand new challenger for Will Thomas, who had a half straightaway lead over Kyle Martel. Gary Wiltrout has advanced through this field, reaches the rear bumper of Will Thomas. White flag in the air. This will be a fight to the finish. Will Thomas, a 6-speedway feature winner, and Gary Wiltrout, a 2-track champion, slugging it out on the final night. Final lap into turns 3 and 4. Last opportunity for Wiltrout to challenge Will Thomas. Out of turn 4, Thomas gets his second win of the season. Gary Wiltrout in second. Kyle Martel finishes third. Paul Urso in fourth. And Sean Pilla in fifth. Well, Will Thomas, your second trip to Motordrome Speedway Victory Lane, your heat race tonight, you had them covered. Did you know all evening that this was going to be your night?
No, this place is tough, man. I mean, Tommy Beck is a bullet here, and unfortunately, I'd really like to beat Tommy because he's really got this place figured out. Gary Wiltrout was strong. I mean, I really didn't want to see that yellow flag come out after I took the white flag. I mean, there's a lot of real good race cars here, so this is one of the toughest places for us has been to win, so it feels real good to win tonight.
Now let's talk about tomorrow night. You're also leading the championship series for the Mara Tour. You're on to the state of New York tomorrow, another track where you've won. Are you going to use this very same race car?
No, we got another car at home that we couldn't risk tearing that car up tonight because we are leading that Mara deal, and Holland's been real good to us, so hopefully we can go there tomorrow and do the same thing.
Let's talk a little about your family's history in racing. I told the fans about your feature wins across the country, but names like Lou Blaney mean a little something to your family. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, my dad owned dirt cars for a long time. Lou drove for my dad for about 30 years. They won. I could keep winning for another 20 years. I ain't gonna win as many races as they won probably, but we're sure gonna try.
And a chance to thank your sponsors.
Colonial Metal Products, Gordon Automotive, Barshell Motorsports, PI&I Motor Express, and I got to thank all my guys, my dad, and everybody for putting such a good car together.
There he is from Sharpsville, Pennsylvania, win number 2 here at Motordrome for Will Thomas. Concord, Ohio, Adam Kostelnik, the points leader in 60. Bernie McQuillan in 45, Jim Nicola in 5, Ben Easler in 7, George Nicola 97, Mike Obolinski in the 50, and George Thomas in the 4. Green flag is out. 20 laps for the Lincoln Welders open wheel modifieds. Early leader Harry Ofer in the 01 car. Over Chris Brink in the 3, Rich Nicola in the 34 is third. Caution flag, trouble on the back straight, the 45 of Bernie McQuillan and the 7 of Ben Easler. Completed, 19 to go, green flag back out. Despite getting a wheel off on the apron of the speedway through turn 1, Ofer continues to lead over Brink. Tom Frank making a pass for a top 5 spot, diving to the inside of Rick Huffman and completing the pass. Chris Brink in second, Rich Nicola in third, Brian Shipp in fourth, in the car that his big brother Bobby drove to a career first win this season. Here comes a lead challenge. Chris Brink, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, in his patented high side move, closing in and now pulling even with the leader as Rich Nicola gets off the speedway, carries the Brian Shipp car up high. Green flag stays out, and Tommy Frank will gain 2 positions as a result of the miscue. Working lap 4 of 20, Tommy Frank up to third, just by inches over Rich Nicola, who made a nice save, and the leaders are still wheel to wheel. Harry Ofer, one of the eldest drivers in this division, and Chris Brink in his first year in a modified. Working lap number 5, Chris Brink is not, and Rich Nicola spins in turn 2, up against the outside retaining wall is the 34 car. Bringing a dynamite lead battle to a halt, Rich Nicola from Pittsburgh spins the 34 car. Brian Shipp in fourth and John Prabanich in fifth, the Kostelnik team car. "15 laps remaining. Harry Ofer touching the dirt apron. Each lap around the speedway. Chris Brink now feeling the pressure of Tommy Frank. Brink very comfortable in the high lane of the speedway, and will lose the second spot this time to the Stans Transmissions number 6 of Tommy Frank. Just as quickly as that happens, a slight miscue from Tom Frank. He's backing up away from Chris Brink, losing the second spot and nearly losing third. Nearly 3 wide there in the middle of the racetrack with the 2 Viglione Racing entries and Rich Nicola's 5 car. The 97 of George Nicola is up to 5th here on lap 7, and behind him some chaos in turns 3 and 4. Everybody had to lift and let the 4 leaders get away from that mid-pack group. Harry Ofer continues to lead. 2 career victories for Ofer, both coming this season. Chris Brink maintains his position in the high lane of the speedway. Tom Frank closing back into battle again for the runner-up spot. And surprised to see Brian Shipp as a part of the lead pack in car 04. His second night of competition behind the wheel of this, his big brother's racing machine. He won his heat race earlier tonight after destroying his own number 40 car in an airborne crash at Jennerstown 2 weeks ago. Adam Kostelnik has broken free of the 5 of Jim Nicola and his teammate, the 68 of Prabanich. George Nicola joins the lead foursome, and with Adam Kostelnik, it's a 6-car pull away from the 5 of 2-time former champion Jim Nicola, working lap number 11 of 20. Drivers in a heated fight for the track championship are the 97 of Nicola, 5th on the speedway, and points leader Adam Kostelnik in the 60, challenging for that spot. Harry Ofer with his biggest lead now on lap 12 by a couple of car lengths, and Tom Frank makes contact with the 3 of Chris Brink, collecting Brian Shipp as Adam Kostelnik makes light contact and continues on. Not the way we wanted to see that 6-car battle end up on lap 12. John Prabanich now in 5th after a 2nd place finish last week in the 68 car with the green flag out, 8 laps to go. Adam Kostelnik right up to the back bumper of race-long leader Harry Ofer. Ofer with the crate engine under the hood of the 01. Open motor for Kostelnik's number 60 car. George Nicola in the 3rd position, very close, 3 cars under a blanket fighting for the lead. Remember, Kostelnik made contact with the collision that brought out the caution. We'll see if that has an impact on the front end geometry of the 60 machine. Harry Ofer in the 0-1, Adam Kostelnik in the 60, and George Nicola, heat race winner in the 97, getting the signal of 5 laps to go. Ofer started up front. Kostelnik started at the back. George Nicola, mid-pack starter. Both Kostelnik and George Nicola did a great job of not being collected in that incident that brought out the caution flag. And Harry Ofer now leading by only a couple of feet at the scoring line on lap 16. He continues to get at least one wheel off the racing surface each lap through turn number 1. And that allows Kostelnik to make a good run on the high side of the speedway. Points leader may be taking the lead. Ofer battles back on the inside. Kostelnik leads by a bumper officially on lap 17. This time Ofer using a higher lane through turns 1 and 2 and pulling in behind Adam Kostelnik. George Nicola in 3rd spot and right there at the rear bumper of Harry Ofer's ride. This time, the white flag will be displayed indicating final lap. Kostelnik in the 60 car, the leading winner in the division in 2007. The champion of the division in 2006, 2005, and 2004. Viglione Racing providing the number 60 car. And Kostelnik on the verge of 2 divisional championships in 2007 takes another checkered flag in the Lincoln Welders Modifieds over Harry Ofer, George Nicola, Jim Nicola, and Kostelnik's teammate John Probanich with a 2nd straight top 5. Well, Adam, let's talk about early in the race. The kind of action that you don't like to see happen right in front of you, and it looked from where I sat like you got a piece of that incident.
Yeah, I definitely got into a little bit. I wheel hopped them. Like I said, I didn't know if the wheel was going down, but it's something bent up in the left front real bad. Like I said, I didn't know I could get them, and like I said, I don't know, it's some people's problem tonight with bumping, hitting me every corner. Hey, that'll happen, but like I said, we ended up, got lucky, got through that wreck, just a little damage, but something ain't right on it, but we made it work, and like I said, hats off to this team, man. A lot of hard work and dedication goes into this car. And like I said, we're just setting it up ready to finish out this year and try to win both these championships.
2nd week in a row that your team car cracks the top 5. Last week you were behind Probanich for a little bit. Do you drive differently coming up on your own backup car on the speedway?
Yeah, a couple times. Like I said, if it had been anybody else, I got a good run on Johnny, and I'd have probably just drove it in a little harder and put my car there. But it's your team car and backup car, so you don't want to do nothing because some of these guys are getting a little silly out here. You know what I mean? So you got to have 2 cars just to get through the night sometimes, and if that's what it takes, we'll do it.
After that terrific lead battle with Harry Ofer, we're going to give you a chance to thank all the sponsors on this machine.
Yeah, I got to thank Harry Lazader, Buzzy and Donna Viglione, Joe Viglione, Lou Viglione. Like I said, I got to thank Lazader Auto Service, Bowling Machine, TCI, Transmissions, Stance Transmissions. Like I said, man, everybody, Pouch, Sue, thank Tube City. They don't sponsor this car, but I'll be using their product here in about 10 minutes. Like I said, thank the fans and Miley's just having this great facility, and thanks.
Adam Kostelnik, points leader with another win in the Lincoln Welders Modifieds. Include the 9 of Quarrick, the 14 of Nagel, the 61 of Eiford, and the 51 of Ludwig, and Mary Catherine Shimko's 44. Green flag is out. Last week, the 32 of Dan Jordan led all but the last 2 laps, and he was defeated by a rookie in the closing stages. Battle for 2nd finds the 6 of Rosa moving inside the 05 of Giles. Quarrick in the 9 is 2nd. Jordan will lead lap 1. Leader Dan Jordan driving a Buick number 32 with a Dodge Shadow of Quarrick in second, the Chevy Cavalier of Rosa in third, another Dodge Shadow in fourth, and a Cavalier in fifth. Challenge for the lead, Cody Quarrick, a Casey Kane fan aboard car number 9. Flying the Mopar colors proud and looking to the inside of Jordan, but now here comes Rosa to his inside. A Kostelnik crew member turned race car driver, Paul Rosa in car 6. Challenging for second position, working lap number 3 of 8. And those two newcomers to American Flyers Racing are not letting the defending champion far out of their sights. Officially, Cody Quarrick was still in second position on the scoring line last time around. And now Rosa challenging for the lead. Jordan will lead by inches on lap 4. 3 wide entering turn number 1. Deneen on the bottom, Giles in the middle. And a dive-bombing move for former champion Ed Deneen up to third. Here comes Washabaugh right with him. Leaders are still side by side in turn 4. Paul Rosa puts the Cavalier out in front. New leader on lap 5 is Paul Rosa. Manufacturer's running order, it's a Chevy Cavalier out in front of the Buick with the Dodge Shadow in third. Ed Deneen started at the back of the pack. He's up to fourth and closing on Quarrick in the 9. 2 laps to go for Rosa. Rosa took a checkered flag just about 3 weeks ago and launched a 3-week term of first-time winners. Now Quarrick losing the third position to Deneen's 16 car. It will be Rosa's second win in about 4 weeks for the driver who's only made about 5 starts in this division. Final lap around and Jordan is closing quickly. A fight to the checkered flag. Paul Rosa, the rookie in the 6. Defending champion Jordan in the 32. Headed into turn number 4. Last time down the front straight. Checkered flag waving. Paul Rosa gets a second career win over Dan Jordan, Ed Deneen, Cody Quarrick, and Ed Washabaugh. Well, Paul Rosa, second career victory. How many starts have you now made at Motordrome Speedway?
I don't know. I'm usually here about every other week, so I guess half the season.
Yes, I figured it's about 7 starts, something like that, and you've got 2 wins. Is that the kind of success you expected when you jumped right into this car?
No, not really. I just figured I'd take it week by week and day by day and see what happens and just go out there and have some fun.
Tonight, it looked like an awful lot of fun. You took the lead from the defending champion. That had to make you feel pretty good.
Yeah, it made me feel real good. You know, these guys, most of these guys out here, they're very competitive and, you know, they race pretty good and, you know, it's always fun.
I know you don't get as big of a paycheck as your buddy Adam Kostelnik as a crew member for that team, but how about a chance to thank the sponsors that made this ride so quick for you?
Sure, AL Lolo Construction, Mad Max Graphics, CarQuest, Main Auto Paint, Chairband Tire, JPI, Stan's Transmission, and Howie Bayless. Can't forget Howie with the beautiful pictures.
There you go. He might have a higher winning percentage than even his mentor, Mr. Kostelnik. 7 starts and 2 wins for Paul Rosa.